Hello, this is Elliott Wave. Today it's Monday, the August 4th, and we're going to take a look at gold. So, as you can see, we've been moving basically as expected. We've been looking at this corrective pattern for quite some time now. It's been a couple of months, and we're trying to identify now, as usual, as we should know if we like to use the Elliott Wave Theory, is you never know which type of correction you're going to get until you get it. So you could expect a sharp against a more sideways time consuming correction based on the rule of alternation, but you don't know which time you're going to get. You don't know if you're going to get a flat or zigzag or a triangle or a complex. Now, given the fact that I said that, remember, alternation states that you have a sharp correction against a more sideways correction. In wave 2 and 4, now they can also be swapped, so it doesn't mean the wave 2 doesn't need to be the sharp correction. It can be the other way around. So 2 can be sideways, 4 can be sharp. Okay, which is different from zigzag and flats. Okay, we can have a sharp correction still being a flat, and the sideways correction being a zigzag. Now, many times, given the nature of those type of corrections, the flat correction is going to be the time-consuming sideways correction, and the sharp correction is going to be the zigzag. But it's not necessary. Okay, so a bit of Elliott wave schooling there. So at this point, I have two main scenarios which I think are possible. One is the usual classic evergreen, I'd say, triangle in wave 4, which would mean we have a bottom in place. Okay, so that's one way to look at it. Or it's also possible we have a triangle in B. So let me just show you. This is minor. A, B, C, D, and E. Okay. And then down for C. Now, how do we know which one is it? It's a great question. As usual, you guys know my answer. My straight answer is, if I knew, it wouldn't be here. But let's try to give some suggestions. So, for our now, what can we see? 3 down, 3 up. So here's a great thing. That's a great, let's call it lesson. Do you want to call that lesson? And the way am I to teach you? You see here, you count 5, right? Note how I didn't say 5 waves. You count 5 swings. But obviously you have invalidation, right? Because here, if this is wave 4, it overlaps with wave 1. And not only that, but your theoretical wave 3 will also be the shortest. So you have 2 major wave count invalidations. 2 breaches of a rule of 2 of the 3 main Elliott wave rules. That means it's a 3-wave move. So this is most likely A, B, C. Okay? Or you can also count as A, and this is subdivision for wave C. Okay? So that is a little nugget which you get from knowing Elliott wave theory throughout and a bit of experience. A, B, C. Now I'm going to tell you everything, and I'm going to tell you nothing at the same time. What should we expect? So is wave D in place? I have no idea. Because that's the problem with corrections. We could double correct. So we could do this for wave D. Now, what I can tell you is, for this count here, this is wave count validation. So if we move south of $3,246, then this is no longer valid. Okay? Perfect. Now, with the triangle in 4, okay, let's say this is wave count validation, which is the same point. So if we move south of that, then it's most likely no longer a triangle. Confirmation stands above here for this scenario, which I'm gonna place here. Whereas for this scenario, confirmation stands. It's kind of tricky because we need completion of E. So let's say D is in place, we need this, and then we need to break south of this. So it's kind of, I'll admit I didn't explain to the best of my abilities, but that's what you would be looking for. So validation would be a break of this. Sorry, confirmation. Again, which one is it? I have no clue. Can look at volume, which should be diminishing. Okay, so this large volume here is very interesting. Yeah, this is an interesting volume to the upside, which could indeed signify that we are in this scenario. Momentum. Okay, nothing crazy. Yep, could be possible. You can also do the usual trick. It's not a trick, but let's measure wave 2 and compare 4 with it. Okay, slightly above +618, probably half of the length. Okay, and last but not least, if we want to work with actually, let's do two more things. One, we draw the channel. I think we might be in the middle line. Yeah, I thought so. So this is actually an interesting sign. But at the same point, we could do this. So it depends on whether we hold or not, which is basically what I said in Elliott Wave terms. So right now we're in no man's land. We have confirmation for neither counts. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. That's why you may, watching these videos, be like, oh, this guy has no idea. Yes, I have no idea. But I can tell you I know, even though I don't, or I can tell you I have no idea, but this is what could happen next. Okay, and the numbers, as long as we stay above 3,300, then we can keep being bullish because it's an important number. Okay, and ideally we break above 3,500 to have further upside confirmation all the way towards at least 3,650. Okay, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.